Chuckload of Comics is brought to you by Cold War Games, creators of Squarriors, Fight Your Friends, and Lady Death Last Stand. For more information, visit coldwar.us.
So guys, it's finally here. The day we've been waiting for the past 2 years. Xmen Dark Phoenix is finally dropped in theaters. I have been eagerly awaiting this
really
movie.
Eagerly,
for good and for bad. We're not going to do a full review because you can go online. You can see a million people are doing a million different reviews about Xmen Dark Phoenix. We're not going to do that. I'm going to ask you one simple question. Should you go see this movie? Should you take your hard-earned money, take your $15, drop it on the barrelhead, slide it across, and tell the guy at the ticket booth, sell me a ticket to Dark Phoenix. Should you do it? I think if you're an X-Men fan, absolutely.
Really?
Go see this movie. If you're a fan of the X-Men, you gotta go see it.
Really?
Now, it's currently sitting, I think, on a 22 on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, but I think last I checked it was like a 64 from viewers. It's an X-Men movie. That's about all I can say. It's not the dumpster fire. Let me give you my thoughts. Then I'm going to ask you guys what you guys thought about it. It's not the dumpster fire everybody said it was going to be.
Okay.
Is it a good movie? Maybe not. But is it? It's not even. It's not even the worst X-Men movie I've seen. I still liked it way more than Last Stand, X3.
Okay.
I'll get my quick breakdown. It starts out really, really cool. Then that whole second act is just boring.
Yeah.
The second act, the middle of the movie just drags on, gets really boring. But the last 45 minutes, when they really kick in, I think that whole train scene that you saw in the trailers rocks. You see some stuff in this movie that, as an X-Men fan, you see Dazzlers in this movie.
That's cool.
And they didn't just throw it in. You knew this was Dazzler as soon as you saw her. She's wearing her jumpsuit with her bell-bottom pants.
Yeah, she looks
playing
great.
with sound and singing, and that was badass. Only it lasted like 30 seconds. But if you blinked, you would have missed it. But that was cool. You got to see Nightcrawler stab a guy through the neck with his tail.
Spoiler alert.
Okay. Nightcrawler did some really awesome stuff in this movie. But yeah, if you can get through the middle, it just is kind of boring.
Which is usually the most
Which is kind of it's kind of the meat, the sandwich.
Yeah.
It's like a sandwich with really good bread, but in the middle is just like, I don't know, truffles or something nasty.
Oh, gross.
Shauna, I want to get your thoughts on Dark Phoenix.
I disagree with you. I don't think you should go see it at
Really?
the theater. Yeah, no, I mean...
Skip it altogether.
Yeah, well, no, watch it at home when it comes out or stream it or something, but don't waste your money on it. I mean, I think it's funny that you said X-Men, it's an X-Men movie, because to me, it's not. It's like freaking, they ruined it. Like, Mystique is running the X-Men.
You're right, it is the Mystique movie.
That's always been the problem with the younger X-Men movies. It's like, why is the villain Mystique
right
even at X-Mansion?
Right.
Why
Are they
is
even
she
buddies?
even running? It's like...
Exactly.
That bothered me the most, is the fact that Mystique, not only is she friends, they have her running the X-Men. She is barking orders at all the other X-Men, treating them like they were 5-year-olds.
It makes no
I feel
sense.
Get in the plane.
I feel like every time she speaks out, that kid from Mean Girls should be in the back saying, "She doesn't even go here."
Exactly. It's hilarious. Yeah. Did not like Jennifer Lawrence. I haven't liked Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. I love Jennifer Lawrence as an actress. Don't get me wrong. But as Mystique, absolutely not. And they've done crap with this character.
She doesn't even want to be Mystique.
She doesn't even and you can
she
tell.
Wear the makeup. She doesn't want to
Good point. In the movie, she actually after the first big scene in space, she morphs into her human form and basically stays in that human form for the rest of the movie. Mystique would not do that.
Nope.
Mystique would not change into just Caucasian mode. And walk around in the X-Mansion. As a regular-looking human.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense at all.
No, that means she's putting herself in disguise. And
right.
She doesn't do that.
She doesn't do that.
Normal
friends.
self.
That's her whole philosophy, is that I shouldn't have to disguise myself.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Fox doesn't understand the mutants at all, man. It's like, have they done a good X-Men movie much? Like, when have they
One and two were pretty on point. And then it kind of fizzled out. I liked First Class, but I didn't really like Future Past as much as First Class.
Which one's the one where, like, Xavier's got a drug problem?
I think that was
Apocalypse.
I think it's the first one.
No, that was Future Past.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Going away.
Because that's when he decides.
Heroin scene.
That's what keeps him walking. It keeps him on his feet, and then if he stops doing the drugs, he winds up in a wheelchair.
Yeah, they really nailed it with Xavier there.
They kind of blew it with Xavier in this movie too. They really kind of depowered him. They made him a bit of a chump. But at the end of the movie, you get to see Xavier actually joining in the fight, which he rarely does.
That's true.
Wait, let me ask you this: do you see Magneto in full costume in this one?
No.
Full costume. If by full costume you mean a T-shirt and a pair of blue jeans, yes, you do.
And a non-painted helmet.
And his
It's just a
gray
metal
helmet.
This just in: sales on the new X-Men Dark Phoenix movie have dropped.
Thanks to chuckload of comics.
This movie is not making its money back.
Well, guys, oh no, it had a $150 million budget. Now, our theater was pretty packed.
Yeah, that's
I'll give
true.
them that. So, guys, we want to know what you think. Did you see X-Men Dark Phoenix? Is it worth seeing? I think yes, if you're an X-Men fan. Shauna says no. Ralph is somewhere in between.
Well, I haven't seen it, so...
Oh, I thought you saw it. Well, if you saw the trailer, you pretty much saw the movie.
Yeah,
for the
right.
most part. I mean, you really did. You saw all the beats of the film in the trailer.
I'll just watch the trailer for 45 minutes.
Yeah, why not? For free on YouTube.
Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think in the comments section. Moving on, our final story of the day. The 2019 Eisner Award nominees have been announced. The Eisner Awards, if you're unfamiliar, they're basically the Oscars for comic books. Every year they do the presentation, the big awards ceremony at San Diego Comic-Con coming up in July.